Yes, you should use Git Hooks. I know I'm going against the common trend these days, and some of you are very confident about it. But first, why use Git Hooks at all? On any decent project, you should have a CI. But in practice, what happens when you work on some feature and finish it? Once your branch is pushed and tests run, maybe you start working on something else or get a nice coffee. Oftentimes, your CI fails because you miss something, and now you have to fix and repeat everything. If you're unlucky, it might happen multiple times and you're wasting time for absolutely no reason. Instead, a well-configured Git hook can help catching simple issues early and reduce wasted time. For example, on this small project, I use commitLint to verify my commit message is valid as I use semantic release. I also use lintstage to run uslint and prettier on the file I modified. While the two previous hooks are run on commit, I have one more on push, where I run TypeScript. The reason is simple. It's a good practice to commit as often as possible, and on the other side, making the commit process longer, push developer to commit less. Also, TypeScript must be run on the whole code base and cannot be set up with lintstage. Actually, I think that the biggest problem with Git hooks, they are often badly configured. I think the worst I've seen is unit tests set up at commit. Of course, it's completely wrong. The right way to ensure test pass is to use watch mode. It shouldn't be a Git hook, but developers are responsible for verifying the state of this test that is available at all time. I believe the wrong Git hooks configuration happens when there is a bad DevOps culture at your company. For example, when someone is responsible to set up Git hooks but is not an active developer on your project, you usually end up with a configuration that everyone wants to skip. Because in the end, you can't really enforce Git hooks as they can be easily skipped. In this context, I feel like it's a good idea to set up basic Git hooks for your team, but they can still be easily skipped if needed. There are some additional arguments in favor of Git hooks. For example, if you don't run jobs uselessly, it will save cost on CI. But also, you usually have some limits on the number of jobs you can start. So, avoiding running uselessly some jobs will allow your colleagues to go faster. Obviously, the Git hooks I give are mine alone. The most important thing is to take a decision as a team. Anyway, use Git hooks.